In today's program, we are going to review 5 best sports facilities of the capital. We will talk to Kazakhstan's 10-time mountain bike champion Kiryl Kazantsev. Also, we will tell you why Kyokushin karate is so much loved in every region of our country. Today, just over 1 million people officially live in the capital of Kazakhstan. According to statistics, 1 out of 3 does sport, not only professional sport, that might be running, football or basketball with friends. In terms of the people's involvement in physical education, Nur-Sultan city is on top. And we even know why. Here, the latest sports facilities are located to welcome world sports stars to competitions, and ordinary people can attend them as well. Now we have prepared for you top 5 best sports facilities of the capital. The first and unique for the time being in Kazakhstan, the Paralympic Training Center is on the 5th place. The project has only been completed thanks to private investments. 1.57 billion of tenge were invested by the famous president of the National Paralympic Committee, Kairat Boranbayev. External bright facade and the most modern indoor exercise equipment. I think it would be interesting to look into. The interior of the center is as good as in a pricey, luxurious gym. For example, this sports-com medical exercise equipment is exclusive in Kazakhstan. Its size is 3 by 5 meters. While training, this equipment controls heart rate, breathing and blood circulation, and its price can reach $1 million. The area of the center is over 4,000 square meters, and besides new exercise equipment, there is a wrestling room and an area for team sports. It is designed not only for Paralympic sportsmen but for all disabled people. The center should become the forge for a new line of champions like Zulfiya Gabidulina and Alexander Kolyadin. And in this case, it helps the people with a difficult fate but strong in spirit to be part of the society. The Republican cycle racing track Saryaka is on the 4th place of our chart. The shape of the building resembles cyclist helmet and implies the release of future Vinokurov's followers. In fact, the cycle racing track is one of the most multifunctional facilities of the city, and we will explain why. The construction of the building started in 2006 and was completed before the onset of the 2011 Asian Games. According to official data, $132.5 million went to the construction. The area of the cycle racing track is 45,000 square meters. The Metropolitan Cycle Racing Track is considered to be one of the fastest and biggest in the world. There is even a hotel in the building where sportsmen can stay. People practice swimming, taekwondo, short track, figure skating and rhythmic gymnastics. Basketball team Astana playing in the VTB United League, and Kazakhstan's national team holds domestic matches. Here the parquet is one of the best in the country. For the spectators' convenience, the stands are constructed right near the track. By the way, the interior of the center is equipped depending on the specifics of an event. This could be a boxing ring, a tatami, or a concert venue. We award the 3rd place in our chart to the Ice Palace Alao. It is the first sports complex with a world-leveled ice track both in the capital and the country. Alao was built before the opening ceremony of the 2011 Asian Winter Games. The arena consists of 2 hockey courts and 400-meter ice track. Experts consider the domestic ice as the best in the world. During the Asian Winter Games, the sportsmen set 9 continental records. Figure skating, short track, field hockey, ice hockey trainings are held in Alao, and recently curling has been included into this list. Stands can accommodate up to 8,000 people. Alao is not only considered to be the city's architectural decoration, but the sports gates to the capital. Here, many kinds of sports climbed to a new level. The biggest sports facility in Kazakhstan is the stadium Astana Arena. and we granted it the second place in our chart. It was launched in 2009 and became native to all football fans. I seem to hear how fans back up metropolitan players for the next wins in European Cups. We have to go now. It is a domestic arena for the Kazakhstan's team. Antoine Griezmann, Mesut Ozil, Zlatan Ibrahimovic once arrived here. Enough of football. The Metropolitan Stadium is unique within CIS countries and one out of 6 world huge movable roofs. The arena was built within 2.5 years. It's relatively not so long, but its cost is immense, $185 million US. The artificial lawn under the roof is supported as well as if it was natural. Thanks to that, the arena can host matches all year round, and it's a great advantage for the metropolitan climate. Over the past years, the stadium has turned into the place where its history is being made. Just right here, Astana equally fought against Atletico, and Karaganda's Shakhtar defeated Celtic. The super-modern and multifunctional hockey palace Boris Arena is on top. The sports complex appeared in the capital in 2015 and is still supposed to be one of the best in the Continental Hockey League. The area of the construction is over 80,000 square meters and the stands can accommodate 12,000 spectators. A skating rink is next to the main area. The arena accommodates the best water complex in the country, with a pool of Olympic standards and diving towers. Each match is a real performance where everything is well thought out, including spectators' convenience. Thanks to the sharp angle of the slope of the stands, the area can be clearly seen even from the highest spots. The hockey box also has an advantage of being transformed under European and North American standards as well. Thousands of LEDs, dozens of camcorders. There is nothing like the technical equipment across Kazakhstan. Here it is, the hub of the television broadcasting, production control room, basketball matches, boxing championships, concerts with pop stars. The arena can not only just be easily transformed, but earns, as it's not easy to maintain this building. It's not cheap. These were top 5 sports facilities named by the editorial team of the Sports Nation program. We took into account not only the size of the building but the efficiency of its work. In upcoming programs, we will tell you about mega sports facilities which are going to be launched. Further comes an interview with Kiryl Kazantsev about his work on a construction site, private life and features of mountain biking in Kazakhstan. Kiryl Kazantsev is the most experienced and the most titled representative of mountain biking in Kazakhstan. In the 2018 Asian Games, he won a bronze medal. Before he won various international tournaments. His kind of sport is mountain biking cross-country. This is an Olympic sport and his current aim is to participate in these games. We will know everything about all chances. Hello, Kiryl. How did you come to mountain biking, and tell us what this sport is? If we literally translate this word, then mountain biking means mountain-related biking, riding on impassable roads. My specification is cross-country, an Olympic sport. Ride on a cross-country track. The track is between 4 and 5 kilometers in length along impassable roads. There are descents and descents, slopes and mountains. In other words, a complete extreme. Yes, there might be jump ramps. All of them require great physical efforts. Not just only power is tested, but endurance. My average beat in a race is 186, maximum over 200. It's demise for an unprepared man. In terms of my starting mountain biking, as all other CIS cyclists, I started on a motorway. Our trainer wanted us to be all-round, ride on a track, ride a bike, try everywhere. In other countries, it is polar opposite. More often they start from a bike at the age of 6, as a bike or BMX gives the technique of steering a bike.
Даже 6-летнего, там, с 8-летнего возраста, потом уже байк, потом уже шоссе. Потому что байк, маунтинбайк именно и BMX, он дает технику владения велосипедом.
What is BMX? These are small bicycles. 8 people start, they speed up and jump on the track. It's quite a short distance, even children can participate in it. What did you face in Japan? There was a serious race in Japan, Asian Cup. Race C1 of international classification. International scores were awarded there. These scores are essential to obtain a license for the Olympic Games. We earn scores within 2 years and it becomes clear if we go to the Olympics or not. Could you assess your chances? 50-50 for the time being. It is very hard. It's even hard to travel there. As loosely speaking, I didn't go to the last Olympic Games as my bicycle broke down. I was riding a bike, a technical breakdown occurred. After mending my bike, I could come the 4th. We craved to come the 2nd or 3rd. This year we have such a possibility to collect scores. Now we have a team. Those days there was no team that could participate more often in international competitions, earn scores and then rise the country's rate. It would be great to be among top 20 best countries, or receive a direct license from the Asian Championship, in case of taking the 1st or 2nd places. For a while we are holding the 30th position in the chart and we have to climb to reach the 21st or 22nd position across the world. We have Mukhamadev Tamerlan and Shakir Adilov. Together we reach required number of scores. Is it an expensive kind of sport? In terms of professional level, it's extremely expensive. One bicycle is worth around 10,000 euros, somewhere in the region of 5 million tenge. How long can you use it? For me, it's a year. If I'm lucky. A year later, I will mend the entire bike, change all bushings, change solid tires 5 times. I change chocks 25 times, pump brakes 10 times. Everything depends on weather conditions. If a race occurs in mud, then everything has to be changed quite often. Are there many differences from ordinary bikes?
Да, конечно, это более легкие и более прочные материалы, используется титан.
Yes, sure. Here the materials are lighter and strong materials. Titanium, carbon are used here. Good quality aluminum. Chains and stars are space technology. If ordinary bikes have 6 stars, we have now 15. Now electronics is applied in modern cycling. This is an engine, batteries, wire-free contact.
Соответственно, это все еще и плюс моторчики, батарейки, беспроводная связь.
The financial part. It's the country who supports you, isn't it?
Расходы в основном это государство, Национальный олимпийский комитет сейчас как бы получается оплачивает там все поездки.
Mostly the government, the National Olympic Committee. Today they pay for all our trips, bikes, shoes and uniform. Now everything is available. 5 to 6 years ago we had nothing. They often broke down. We mended them ourselves. Now it's easy and more simple. Then afterwards other sportsmen have appeared. Before I worked a bit, earned some money, bought something for cycling and reached best results.
Ну, мне не было жалко денег, там, я шел еще куда-то подрабатывать, там, находил деньги, покупал для велоспорта и тем же самым показывал лучший результат.
Where did you work? In construction, with my dad. My dad is a builder, lays parquet and tile. Then I laid tile and parquet as well. Later I studied electricity and laid cable with my dad. Meanwhile, you achieved results across Asia and the world. While working, I won Kazakhstan's championships, achieved results. When riding can be stopped? I think the ceiling is 37-38. And what does statistics show? Do you show better results year by year? Sure, at 16 I just started to train. At 18, I decided to do that professionally. One who has become a world champion at 18 quits it. Everything has just started for me. A great interest, I know. I haven't used up all my internal potential. If we take a bike, before they didn't meet the race criteria. Now they are modern and the results have become immediately high.
То сейчас это уже современный гоночный велосипед, уже сразу результаты выше.
Who is the best in Asia? Now the best world rated is Japanese Kaei Imamoto. He's not far from me, just 30 scores. I hope I'm able to defeat him this year. We have been competing since 2009 when I just started to achieve results. There he won the Asian Championship, I came the third. We have been competing for already 10 years. And who is the best in the world? Now the best is a Swiss, Nino Schurter. There is one more Dutchman. He won races on motorways, became a world cross-country race champion. A very strong man. Switzerland, France, Spain and Italy are top for the time being. Your favorite route? Yes, in Almaty, in the mountains. When I was a child, I often went there with my parents. Traverse Kokjailau towards the Medeo skating rink. It's just a path. Many go there. The paths are wide. Are you scared? It's always scary, constantly dangerous. One disadvantage is the absence of built motorways, jump ramps. Whenever I travel across the globe, they have everything. The jump ramps are 2 to 3 meters high. I am scared. I overcome it, leap. The technique is sufficient, but scary. What do your family think of mountain biking? At the beginning, they didn't want to accept that, especially my wife. Then she got used to it. She understands. We even got acquainted during a race. I came to Bishkek to participate in a competition. Is she a sportswoman? No, she's an amateur. She just attended mountain biking. Dad was against my interest in cycling too. My mom desired more. She gave me to her first coach who taught her. My parents are cyclists. At the beginning, Dad didn't know about my involvement in cycling, then later he backed me up. He told me not to quit sport. He woke me up for morning exercise at 6 o'clock, doused me with cold water. He did a lot for me. Today I see he often worries. I'm happy to bring them happiness. Do you face problems while transferring? Very often. The main problem while transferring in the airports is the bike, which is always thrown with effort and further. So a frame has been damaged 3 times. Then come damaged wheels, flat tires. It's trivia. How important are sponsors here in this kind of sport? Very important, and support by the government as well. For now, not so many sponsors. I hope they will appear soon. How do you feel? Have you reached the peak or everything is ahead? I'm sure I feel I have a potential. For that reason I train, participate in races. I'm 33 years old. I'm considered to be a mature sportsman. I know what I need. I'm trying to correct my mistakes, change the process of preparation. So there is a potential here. As soon as I have run out of it, I will quit sport. I will say everything. I reached everything I could do. You made your personal contribution. I hope so. I cannot judge. Thanks for the interview. Thank you. Further in the program, a 4-time Europe's Kyokushin Karate champion Timur Raimbekov shows his art.
Ач. До. До. Вообще, Казахстан, он
Meanwhile, Kazakhstan is very strong in martial arts. We have our own method. We call it Kazakh karate. It is different from world standards. We use our own program.
мы отошли от них уже давно, работаем по своей программе.
Kyokushin karate is not an Olympic sport, so its popularity around Kazakhstan is surprising. Around 10,000 active karate fighters train across the country. One comes to learn self-defense, but many stay in this sport for long and acquire a master's degree.
Боксуем. Ус. Вообще в карате мастерскую степень.
Overall, master's degree in karate can be reached within 5 years, from the white belt up to the black belt. Exams are taken twice a year. If you do everything right, then after 5 years, you obtain master's level in karate. Anyway, it's one of the most spectacular kinds of sports. Fights are held in full contact without protective gears. The only limit is a ban of punches to the head. Such fights immediately draw spectators' attention to Kyokushin karate competitions.
Занимающихся карате очень много. Если в Караганинской области, это уже.
A lot of people are involved in karate, around 4,000 just in Karaganda region. Gyms are insufficient. 10 to 11 gyms are planned to be built within 5 years for boys to do karate. For now it's Karaganda, the second step is city satellites.
Наша Караганда, Караганинская область, наши районы. И второй этап это уже пойдут города-спутники.
Kazakhstan is among top 3 countries by the level of Kyokushin karate development. Russian karate fighters are above us, and the founders of this sport are the Japanese.
В каждом регионе Казахстана есть свой филиал.
There is a branch of Kyokushin karate in each region of Kazakhstan. We are developing dynamically. The government, regional departments of sport support us.
Поддерживает областное управление спорта очень хорошо нас поддерживает.
Unlike contactless martial arts, Kyokushin enables to fully use the opportunities of a body. As a rule, the youngest are accepted to karate sections. First, a kimono, a helmet and gloves should be bought. All in all, it's one of the most available kinds of sport.
Последние 3 года у нас уже появилось 4 чемпиона мира в Караганде.
Over the past 3 years, we have had 4 world champions trained in this gym. Today, 4 men were recognized as champions in championships held in Europe and Hungary. The aim of our school is not just only reaching achievements. First of all, upbringing. Even if we make a world champion within 2 to 3 years, this sportsman may not continue karate for long. By using this approach, children will do sport longer, and after their sports career, they stay in their job for the country's sake.
Занимаются спортом долго, и после спортивной карьеры они дальше продолжают свою деятельность во благо Казахстана, Республики Казахстан.
Video of the Week rubrics finishes today's program. Roar of engines, odor from burned rubber. These are shots from the Drive Racing Championships in Nur-Sultan City. This event annually brings together dozens of professional sportsmen.
Гонщики у нас в основном люди, те, которые сами.
Our racers are those who mostly mend the cars themselves. The race itself is not just a driver but a team. 3-5 men in a team. They mend cars. When one wins, everyone is happy.
Когда какая-то машина где-то что-то какой-то делает результат, радуются все.